I'll try to take in at least. So I count I have a container. The smaller one I take, that's not the gallon. My smaller one is 33 ounce or 35 ounce. So I'll drink at least 4 of those.
Wow.
I'll drink at least 4 because I'll do 2 in the morning. I'll drink, and I just keep it. I'll just drink it. But then if I go do my cardio, I'll drink one down after I finish my cardio, and that's how I get my 4. And then I'll fill it up, and then I'll have my other one just because I'm just tired. I'll drink that 4th one before I, head home for the day.
Gotcha. Yes,
get in my car. So yeah, I'll, at least 4 of those. So whatever that 33 times 4, whatever that math is out to, at least
132.
Somewhere in there.
Something like that.
Somewhere in there. I know we all went to school.
Yeah, we all did. We was there together. No, not together, but
we all went to school somewhere. So
cool.
But that definitely helps. That definitely helps.
That's awesome.
So that's at least a gallon, I'm sure, or close to it. So and you don't think about it when you just. It's because I'll just drink water. Now I do. Jeremy taught me this trick, and I don't know if I should tell him. I do have my treat at the end of the night. If I have a sugar crack, is my diet soda. So I'll have a Sprite Zero.
Oh yeah.
I'll have one of my favorites is like the Dr. Pepper Cream Soda Zero.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm real careful with those.
Yes.
I try to keep it to like, if I have one throughout the day, it's at the end of my day. That's my little treat.
Yes. Yeah.
And I don't do more than like 1. And now I'm down to like I'll start it and I'll watch TV or something or work in the evenings, and I end up not even drinking the whole thing.
Gotcha.
So that's just my treat for myself. So, but
that's good to have that built-in reward system.
Yeah.
Because if you constantly, because I mean, even with it being a lifestyle, you are denying yourself.
Right. That's true.
Yeah.
True.
So
that's true.
Yeah. So to constantly deny yourself, you will reach a breaking point. So you got to treat yourself to something.
And I'm working on balance. So I keep.
We supposed to get cheesecake today.
We're supposed to get cheese. That's kind of.
We're going to Publix. After this recording, we're going to Publix and pick up cheese.
Why are we getting cheesecake, Joy? It's probably good.
Yeah, we hit 10,000 reviews. 10,000 views. So it's like 250 some odd watch hours.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
A lot of content. Yeah.
Yeah, we took account. Was that yesterday?
Good.
We have 87 videos on YouTube right now, like full length and the shorts. I mean, it's just
congratulations.
Wow.
So for me, I struggle with celebrating. Right, this is a lifestyle. It can be a grind.
Right.
Yeah, this is about the 4th or 5th time we're supposed to celebrate.
And I keep kicking this thing.
Yeah,
down
you're
the
kicking
road.
the can down the road. Let's just celebrate at this one. No, we're gonna do it today.
So how do you find that balance, man? Because I'll go 5 years straight.
Yeah.
Super self-disciplined.
Scorched earth.
Yeah. But there's that all work and no play makes somebody like a dog. Like it can be tough. So how do you find that celebration in the midst of all of this?
You just have to be kind of mindful with my celebration. Now, so my celebration comes through, usually when me and my wife take our vacation in the summertime. That's when we're just like, when we're on vacation, we'll go wherever. We're like, okay, if you want it, just have it. It won't be any kind of restrictions. But the thing is that you, like I say, when you do this so long, then you're like, I know I can't even remember. We went to Dominican Republic or somewhere, and they had an ice cream shop, and I was like, you know what? I'm getting a milkshake. Not only I'm getting a milkshake, I'm gonna also they had like these sugar cookies, and then they had like all these other pastries. I said, give me one of each.
Yeah.
And man, I probably got through probably a fourth of that milkshake, and my stomach was like, no, you're not. So I was like, I can't even. I ate maybe one of the cookies, and man, I think I ended up throwing all the stuff away. So for me, I think it's more mental than I'm just like, we're gonna celebrate. But now, I would say this: you have to you probably need that to keep yourself balanced, right? celebrate, but just always bring yourself back. Just know the journey you're on.
Yes.
But definitely, yeah, I would definitely say have that kind of accomplishment.
Yeah.
But what you'll find out, like what I find out once, like me and my wife on vacation, hey, we had Chinese food. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have it. And then when I had it, I was like, you know what was I missing about that? Because it just didn't feel the same when I had. And I think it's because of how we, you know, how my mind and my mental is now.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. But definitely you gotta have it. So even if you try it and have it, you know, I don't eat as much of it anymore.
Yes.
But that's how I kind of balance it. I always kind of bring it back to, and there's something mental in me saying, you're gonna have this, but I had Jeremy's voice that said, just be careful, no, not too much, and that hit me in my brain, and that's all. That's pretty much what it is. So
Good.
yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm working on the balance, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I think it was a Thanksgiving episode. It was you fast, but you fast to feast.
Yeah.
So fast to feast.
Oh no. Jeremy taught me that too on that 36. Well, when we come out of that 36. But what I have learned coming out of it is that I try not to go too bad with a lot of bad stuff, especially during when I'm trying to train and get ready for the next season.
Yes.
I'll do more veggies and, you know, baked chicken. I do more. Yeah, I try to come off of it like that. Than I do, because if I try not to go too bad. A whole lot of greasy stuff, and I know that the food wasn't really like a thing that Jeremy would tell me about. He'd just be like, you know, hey, have whatever you want when you come over that 36.
I learned just to stay out of the food thing, man. It's, there's a lot of research, I told Joey earlier, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a chemist. You know, what to eat is a whole different category than the benefits of fasting to me. So I stay in the fasting lane, but I'm flexible with what you eat. So,
and I think has worked for me.
Yes.
Too. Like I'm just like, okay, you can fast, but yeah.
Well, it takes some of that self-discovery to figure out what works for you.
Yeah.
Because you got to be willing to try it.
Yeah,
you know?
That's true. So,
do you find it difficult to not stop other people? Like you see people that are.
Yeah.
I
so
yeah.
I won't say his name. I won't say like a couple of my ref buddies that pulled me to the side.
Okay.
Several of them, and they're like, "Hey, man, how you keeping this off? How you?" And I try to tell them, and I try not to be real forceful on them. And I was like, "Hey, man, it's so simple, but it just takes some discipline." But yeah, it's tough.
It is. Yeah.
But I tell them about my journey, and I have one of my buddies, and I was telling them, you know, hey, try small changes first. You know, you may not want to go as extreme or as advanced, you know, as we may do. And so yeah, but it's tough to tell them like, hey, you know, I would back off the sugar. I would back off, hey man, and then like when I'm out, so, and it's a different story that we may hit with like alcohol consumption, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, you know, when you're out, and I was like, you'd be surprised, backing off stuff helps, you know, it's hard. It's hard for me to. I don't want to preach to them, and I can kind of tell when they get turned off, and I'm just like, hey man, try some small stuff. But when they ask me, I give them, hey, this is I'm here. This is where I'm at now, and this is where I started.
Yes.
Not much more different than how they are, where they are, and how they start now. So, but it can be tough. I'm not pushy, and I only grab them when they come back to me, you know, and I'm just like, okay, I'll tell you what I did. So. And
even when they come back to you, they may grab you in the corner, and they may be good for a couple weeks, and then they may quit.
Yeah. And well, I had a couple of them.
So it's
like, man, I can't do that. So I was like, man, it's a lifestyle. Yeah, definitely a lifestyle, and definitely a discipline.
That's good, man. We had this training at the church today with some of the men, and the pastor was saying, like, you know, you got to recognize two things. Like, one, you got to recognize when you're talking to something with a closed lid.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? They get turned off. Okay.
Yeah.
I need to stop, because You're not absorbing anything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And also the invite, because unasked for advice is an absolute waste, and it turns away everybody.
Everybody.
Because now you're judging me. Why you judging what's on my plate?
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
You're exactly right.
So I've had struggles with that balance, man. And we all know I'm headed into the ministry, whatever that looks like. But it sounds preachy at times, man.
Yeah.
And it's really trying to help people. You got a big heart, authenticity.
That's true.
But it's not for everybody.
That's true.
And I just decided I'm just gonna listen better and let people come to me and and not try to push it on people, because it doesn't work.
That's right.
It doesn't work ever.
I
It never works.
I learned that.
Yeah, I mean, you live the lifestyle, and people will seek you out.
Yeah.
Like you said, they come to you in the corner with nobody around.
Yeah.
And it's no judgment. Even if they tried and it doesn't work, it's like no big deal.
Yeah.
No big deal.
That's kind of what Nicodemus did with Jesus. Like, hey, teacher, come on over here.
That was a great scene in The Chosen. Did you ever get into The Chosen?
Yeah.
Yeah, that scene in The Chosen.
I've seen some of it. My wife has watched the whole thing.
It's amazing.
I've seen a couple.
Yeah.
I've only seen like parts of it, bits and pieces.
It's worth it, man. It's absolutely worth it.
You talked about alcohol. I went cold turkey, man. Like, it's been years for me. Some people can navigate through it. What's that like for you these days?
So alcohol for me, it's let me just say, I didn't go cold turkey, and I put it on pause.
Yeah.
I don't drink. I probably have reduced my drinking about 80, 85%, 90%.
Unheard of, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And so, and this is, and I'm not against anybody, if that's your choosing.
Yeah.
I know I have friends and coworkers, a lot of people like to drink wine, and I'm like, okay, yeah, dude, that's, and I'm not on anybody that, that's how they do. But yeah, and I have no issues with admitting I used to be a heavy drinker. But what I noticed is when I put it on pause, I feel better. And I also noticed that, like, I don't know how to put this to like a certain way. Some people are like, oh, I need that just to ease me or whatever. And it's really not that you need it, right? For me, it's like, you know what? I don't need that to suppress anything. I have other ways of getting out and, releasing stress or tension. But I'm not knocking anybody that if that's how they choose to do it. Yeah. So mainly it's really like if I'm out with coworkers, I'm cool. My go-to is club soda and lime, But what I tell them, what I have to slip and tell the bartender, hey, put it in one of the nice glasses.
Give me one of them real glasses.
And look, because for me, I'm like, I'm cool. I can be around people that's drinking.
Yeah.
But what I found out is when the folks who are drinkers and they're around me, they feel like, oh, he's Mr. He's Mr. Goody Two Shoes. And I'm like, nah, I'm the same person. I'm the same person. You don't have to treat me any different because I'm not having it, right? So I just, what I found out is it's really more me either creating the illusion for my family and friends that are around me while they're drinking. And I don't know if I want to say on here how I create that illusion. I'll give one thing, like we're all sitting around and I'm with people having wine and stuff. I may grab the wine glass, but mine may have apple juice. Or they may be drinking whatever, cognac or whiskey or whatever, but mine has ginger ale in the little, snifter or whatever. Yeah. It's the look. And they don't feel so bad. And then I'll tell one other secret. I don't drink a lot of beer at all, but when they come over, most of the beers look like a regular beer. Most of the non-alcoholic beer.
And there's a lot more to these days.
Yeah, way more. Non-alcoholic. And
old dudes.
And they don't even know. Yeah. Old dudes, Corona,
they got
Heineken.
Way more now.
Oh, wow.
They have way more now that just, and they don't know any, nobody knows. So it's really not, and it's not for me, because I'm like, yeah, I'd like to have a drink. But my thing is, I'm just, sometimes I go to, now if I have one, I'm going to want two. If I have two, I'm going to have six. I'm going to, you know, so I'm like, you know what? I'm just better off just not even, you know, and I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with not having anything at all. Yeah. And I just fake it. So I create that illusion for the people that drink around me. Because I don't think, yeah, I've changed to where I don't consume it as much, but I want them to feel comfortable with me not, and I want them to know I'm not, and I'm saying this directly, I don't judge anybody that does. It's just that I choose not to, and when I put it on pause. Now the funny thing is, I have a family member who, you know, we out and, you know, we were back when I was a heavy consumer and, you know, we drinking wine or whatever. But now I've been on this path. It's funny because I go on pause. He goes on pause.
Oh man. Okay.
His wife was like, John, you know what? You know, I noticed that, and I think, you know, I was like, I just, when we come over, instead of breaking out a beer, we breaking out, you know, maybe some lemonade or whatever. We still doing what we used to do, watching a ball game or whatever. I said, but we just, you know, we don't realize that, like, okay, we were suppressing using alcohol, or we were kind of trying to deal with our stress that way instead of just talking it out. Just talking it out.
Yeah. Deal with it. Really.
Yeah, we're just dealing with it. Yeah, we're just dealing with it. And then so, like, in an indirect way, I have kind of got my family member. I was like, hey man, you ain't even thought about it, and we ain't even do it. So let's, there's no trick to it. So.
You pulled a Jedi mind trick on me.
I pulled a Jedi.
This is not the trick you're looking for.
That's right, Joe. That's right, Joe.
That's it.
Right. I knew about the Jedi mind.
Yeah,
I knew about that.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that. So, man, when you're around people that don't partake in the things that you partake in, and you know they're not right, it makes you self-conscious.
Yeah.
It's like, you ever been around, so I'm sure you guys witness this, you ever been around somebody at work and they cuss like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they do that.
Because they haven't witnessed you speak like that.
Yeah.
So when they speak like that, they self-conscious immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Like, you gotta apologize to me, you're an adult. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's
it happens to me. It's kind of strange, man, because people will apologize.
Yeah.
It's like, man, it's like I don't say anything. I don't say anything. But if people know I don't partake in, I don't judge.
Yeah.
I went down this savior complex trying to save everybody, but I had to get up off that real fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody's on their own. But I find people, they're uncomfortable, some people, with me at this point, and it's like I don't know what to do about that. It's like I don't know. I try to kind of disguise, slip in, but I kind of stay away from certain things as well.
Yeah.
You know? But it's been something to navigate through, and has not been easy.
Yeah.
Trying to improve yourself, right? This is all about just trying to do better.
Yeah.
You know, but it can be tough sometimes.
No, I get the apologies too.
Yeah.
People like, mofo, F this. Oh, I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry. I'm not a preacher.
That's right. It's fine.
Yeah. That's all right.
So I guess, and this is something that people don't think about. So after the weight loss, has that put a strain on any like relationships?
That's a great question, man.
After the weight loss, I don't know. Like, I think, so, you know, my wife, of course, we try to start and do it together. You know what? I will say she is mindful as well.
All right.
She may not admit it. But what I noticed with her that she sticks to is that she cuts off her eating at a certain time.
Yes.
And she is serious on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, baby, indirectly, you know, she's just, you know, she does it. So, not really a strain. But, you know, and then, I don't know, like, I don't know if there is any, I don't know. I think my family's been really supportive.
That's good.
You know, my siblings, my kids. My kids are really like, yeah, that's Dad's thing. What I always make fun at them about is, man, y'all make all these. My daughter she come home from college, she likes to cook, and she'll do all of these cool little meal she's seen on TikTok, and I was like, "You always do this on my fasting days." She's like,